coming this week on Goat Court. Who is the daddy? Testing will be in. We will know the results this week on Goat Court. Welcome. Oh, can't even turn them off. Welcome, guys. They are so cute, those goats. Sashina, thank you so much for sending those through. I hope you guys are all doing well tonight. They honestly, let's like watch a little bit more of this. They can't even walk. They look like me when I'm trying to get to a and I'm like, I hope you guys are all doing well. Please go ahead and clock for your shift. Hit that like button. Tell me what you've had for dinner. If you didn't like what you had for dinner, tell me what you wish you had for dinner. Um, I'd love to hear about it. It's a beautiful day where I am, as you can see. And we have some fabulous court to watch. I, I realized I could have just like, my fridge is not needed to be seen in this shot. That's so much better. How has everybody's day been? I love the way they bounced you, Vicky. It's been a lifelong battle of me to make these things bounce. And, oh, you're talking about the ghosts. Yes, them too. Love it, you guys. Um, we are going to start with court that we recently just started to enjoy. This Bothell Municipal Court where we have Steve Tyler as the what was he, guys? She was the prosecutor. So give me one moment. We're going to start with that, and then we have a TPO, which is pretty crazy, to be honest with you. Um, and then we'll see how we do. I haven't seen any dinner written in the chat at all. Oh, it's already down here. Also, I've not screened this yet, so y'all are as knowledgeable as I am about what we're about to see. Oh, Sashina had lamb chops for dinner. Wenlaw 007, welcome to your first live. Um, Cellulite yoga pants. Child support will be paid in dried corn and oats. I love it. Oh, for the goat court, of course. Yes, yes. I thought you were just talking about real things. Wenlaw, since you're new here for the first live, please go ahead and clock in for your shift. Hit that like button. That's how we do it around here. We're gonna watch some court. The court is right here. First of all, let's just talk about the television OSHA sort of violation, scariness that's hanging out above her head down here. That TV probably weighs like 100 pounds. Okay, Valentino Doggy making veal piccata. Love it. Um, and Sashina's informing us that lamb chops are not made of lamb. They're 6 to 18-month-old sheep. Okay, folks, in case you were worried about it. And you were like, oh my God, you know, they're really young. No, 6 to 18 months. I mean, send toddlers out to work at 6 to 18 months. So let's get going. Like I said, I don't know what's going to happen in here. This girl's an intern though. You know, when there's an intern involved, it's usually pretty good. Um, yeah, let's just get going.
Sounds good.
What sounds good? I didn't hear what sounded good. Okay, girl, I'll
Good
give that
morning,
a good
everyone.
shot.
We're here for the Bothell Municipal Court 9:30 calendar for Tuesday, the 11th of July. I'm Judge Mara Rosano. This calendar is being conducted on Zoom. It is also being live streamed to YouTube. Anyone watching on YouTube who wishes to participate in a particular case needs to go to the Bothell Municipal Court website, click on the link to video court, and then click on the link to enter the virtual courtroom. Once there, let the administrator know which case it is you wish to be heard on, and that information will be conveyed to me. The official record of these proceedings will be made and maintained by the Bothell Municipal Court. Anyone making a recording without having obtained prior approval of the court may be subject to legal action, including but not limited to contempt proceedings. With that, I believe.
And we have a standing order that you guys will pay my bail if I end up in jail. That's the rule around here. Grammy Rita's here. Vicky, of course, is here. Cellulite yoga pants. Guys, thank you for being here. This judge is sassy as fuck, and I love her so much. What was her last name? Rosano? Judge Mara Rosano. So this is only our second time, but we've already seen her just like wipe the floor with people. So, but Steven Tyler's not made an appearance yet. We'll see what happens.
I believe we are ready to proceed this morning. Good morning, counsel.
Good morning, Your Honor. Pimentel present. If we can first address off the 9/29 calendar, Ms. Malmberg, cause number 3A0036 is on for pretrial. We did submit to the court a statement of defendant on plea of guilty. This will be as charged to one count of criminal trespass.
All right, Ms. Pimentel, on my computer, you're cutting in and out.
She's on the court's Wi-Fi. I think that might be the issue. I will let her know.
Okay, thank you. I'm waiting for Ms. Pimentel to make sure that Ms. Baumberg that you have counsel available. So bear with me. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Judge. Thank you for following the rules. Guys, if you're just getting here, go ahead, clock in for your shift while they're waiting for this lawyer to speak to me.
Oh, there she is.
Yep. All right, Ms. Pimentel, hopefully we've corrected whatever Wi-Fi issues. Your microphone is muted, but all right. Ms. Malmberg, good morning again.
Good morning.
I have a document before me entitled A Statement of Defendant on Plea of Guilty with your cause number 3A0036861 on it. Has your name on it, and it also looks like you gave Ms. Pimentel permission to electronically sign this document on your behalf. Is that correct?
Correct.
Did you have a chance to read or have read to you this entire document prior to deciding to enter into this plea?
Yes, I did.
Do you have a chance to go over it in its entirety with Ms. Pimentel?
Yes.
Was she able to answer any questions that you had about it?
Yes.
Do you have any questions for me about the document?
No.
All right, we're going to go through this together starting on page 1, paragraph 1. I need to confirm, is Eliza A. Malmberg your true name?
It is.
Are you 42 years old?
Yes.
And is the highest level of education you've completed a GED?
Come on, whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on in this jail cam? Excuse me very much. 42? That's a fucking pretty good 42 for being in jail. Tell you that. Disagree with me.
D.
Yes, it is.
Paragraph 4 indicates the crime that you are charged with that you intend to plead guilty to today is one count of criminal trespass in the first degree. The elements of that crime were set forth in the charging document that you received. Did you go through those elements carefully to make sure that they accurately describe the crime you intend to plead guilty to today?
Yes.
Paragraph 5 sets forth the constitutional rights that you give up by pleading guilty. They include the right to a speedy and public trial by an impartial jury in the county where the crime was alleged to have been committed, the right to remain silent before and during trial and to refuse to testify against yourself. You also have the right at trial to hear and question any witnesses who would testify against you. and you have the right at trial to testify and to have witnesses testify for you. And those witnesses could be made to appear at no expense to you. You also have the right to the presumption.
Tupac in the house. I hope you're doing well, friend. Oh my goodness, we've been thinking about you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you guys for the fit check. I appreciate that very much. I also like it. Separate pieces, but I love them both. Hi Lawrence, welcome. We are just getting started for tonight, my friends. Just getting started. I hope you enjoy. Please come in, let us know what you had for dinner, clock in for your shift. Yeah, you know the drill.
Of innocence. It requires that a charge be proven beyond a reasonable doubt before a finding of guilt could enter against you, and you have a right to appeal that finding of guilt after trial. Do you understand that these are your constitutional rights and that by pleading guilty today, you will be giving them up in this case?
Yes.
Paragraph 6 sets forth the consequences of your plea. Did you go through those carefully?
Yeah.
Did you make sure that the prosecutor's recommendation that's written in paragraph 6C accurately reflects what they said they were going to recommend pursuant to the plea agreement?
Yes.
But you understand as the judge, I don't have to follow that recommendation or anyone's recommendation.
Correct.
I could sentence you to anything up to and including the maximum allowed by law, which in this case would be 364 days in jail, a $5,000 fine, and 2 years of probation. And if I did that, that would not be grounds for you to withdraw your guilty plea. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You also understand that if you are not a citizen of the United States, this plea could have immigration consequences.
Correct.
Did you go over all of these consequences with Ms. Pimentel?
Yes.
And Ms. Pimentel, did you discharge your duties pursuant to Padilla and Sandoval?
I did.
Ms. Malmberg, has anyone made any threats or promises other than the recommendation from the prosecutor's office that's written in this document to get you to plead guilty today?
No.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes, I am.
Paragraph 11 is a statement in your own words of what you did that makes you guilty of this offense. It reads as follows. On April 20th.
Oh, here we go. On April 20 what? You guys, I would like 2 sentences from each of you. What is she being charged with? Criminal trespass. Okay, criminal trespass. I want 2 sentences from each of you in the chat. What do you think that she's going to have done? Please make them fun. I want to laugh. Welcome also. All those are just arriving. Brian and Kimmy are clocking in. Who else did we see here? There was James Buckler. Hello, James. Welcome. Go ahead, clock in for your shift, hit that like button. But tell me what you guys think she did. I want 2 sentences or less. What she did. It was April 20 something. April 20 something. And what did this lady do that she's about to admit to, folks? What? Also, yes, med check. Good time for a med check. Sashina, or sorry, not, was it Sashina? I don't know. I'm reading, I'm doing about 42 things. Whoever said it, it was a good idea. Take your meds, folks. She went to the sex store that she stole from Brian and Kimmy. She robbed the Easter bunny from Trish. Okay. Snuck into a closed Cinnabon to steal their leftovers. Oh, the tragedy that it would be. Okay. Trespassed on a moped wearing bunny ears, quacking like a chicken, and refusing to acknowledge the cop while popping edibles. Crystal says, dabs, please. Yes, Crystal, go right ahead. Take a dab. And did I just see my lady, my friend, Donna Orlando Chiquita? Thank you so much, Donna. You're so sweet with that. I have to make sure that we are on. Once it pops up, it'll be right near me. Seriously, guys. Okay. I really like the trespassed on a moped wearing bunny ears, quacking like a chicken, and refusing to acknowledge the cop. Like that, if we had a video. If you're new here, these are the types of things that we do. Oh, Vicky, she stole from Walmart naked. How realistic of you? Like, how many times have we seen that? Let's see here. While wearing a Easter bunny costume, Brad and Kimmy are adding to theirs. Tupac has added, she broke into a stranger's house thinking that you were in there. Oh my goodness, that wouldn't be good. Okay, let's find out, folks. Let's find out. And also, oh yeah, Donna, thank you so much. I didn't say what I thought. Okay. She's a former hairdresser who broke into her old workplace, steal back her display items. And she was arrested because she's already been trespassed from there because of the blowout when she got fired. That's my guess.
Of 2023 in the city of Bothell, Washington, I did knowingly go inside and remain in a dwelling located at 2401.
Fuck off. Don't be doing that. I just got to get rid of the rest of the address here. Larry Beaver, you're fired.
Five 7th Avenue Southeast, Bothell, Washington.
Did you guys just hear all of that? Because I clicked the wrong button? Probably.
98021 and did not have permission from anyone to be on or inside any dwellings on the property. Is that a true and accurate statement?
Yes.
Do you adopt that statement as your own?
Yeah.
Then to the charge of criminal trespass in the first degree as charged here under this cause number, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Guilty plea will enter. I find it's knowingly voluntarily made and that there is a legal and factual basis for accepting the defendant's plea of guilty. Does the city have anything to add to its recommendation?
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, I am Sarah Yell, the Rule 9 intern for the city with my mentor, Soda Laura, right next to me. This is an agreed recommendation based on Mrs. Malmberg's history. The city is requesting you follow the agreed recommendation.
Ms. Pimentel.
Your Honor, that's correct. She does have a cumulative total of roughly 18 days credit for time served from a prior booking as well. This was kind of a strange situation in so much as that she does not know the property owners or anyone in or around that area. I think it was sort of, an unforeseen circumstance. And so I do know that she is obviously here today taking responsibility for that and would like to move on. Certainly given the underlying nature of the charge, I think the parties are in agreement that the 18 days is sufficient. I would ask the court to waive any non-mandatory fines and costs.
18 days? Oh my God. Holy. Jesus fucking Christ. First of all, did she just say she doesn't know the people, she doesn't know the place? What? How do you get a criminal trespass at the place where you don't know and then serve 8 days? We've seen drunk drivers serve less than that. I'm not kidding. Wow. Y'all, as a Canadian,
She's not currently employed at this time.
All right. Ms. Malmberg, this is your opportunity to tell me anything that you would like me to take into consideration before I pass sentence. It's fancy legal term for it is it's your right of allocution.
I just want to say I'm sorry. It was a really silly circumstance, and I'm kicking myself and laughing at myself a little bit for what happened. Probably one of my dumbest moments. And I'm glad to move on from this because I'm slowly but surely walking myself up the stairs and out of this trouble. So thank you.
Well, good luck with that.
Thank
There's there's a lot going on here. I can see that.
Yeah, I'm working real hard at taking care of it, and I'm sorry that I had to actually be arrested. I've been trying to get to you outside of here and not inside. So yeah.
Let's come to an agreement that you don't have to come to me anymore.
Yeah, okay, deal.
What the fuck is happening? I'm perplexed. We have to go back a little bit. Normally, I let you guys go back. I have to. The judge is seeming a little nonplussed if this is a stalker case or like she got arrested just to come to jail. Like, what?
Hard at taking care of it, and I'm sorry that I had to actually be arrested. I've been trying to get to you outside of here and not inside. So yeah.
Let's come to an agreement that you don't have to come to me anymore.
Yeah, okay, deal. Deal. Yeah.
All right, but I'm going to follow this recommendation. I'm going to impose 364 days in jail. I will suspend 346, giving you 18 days to serve, giving you credit for 18 days served. $5,000 fine. I am going to suspend the entirety of the fine. And based on the information provided by Ms. Pimentel, I will make a finding that right now you're indigent, and so therefore waive any non-mandatory cost, fees, and assessments. I am going to put you on probation for 24 months. That probation is going to be monitored, not supervised, so you won't have a probation officer to check in with. And the conditions are going to be pretty straightforward. Number one, have no contact with the residents at 24015 7th Avenue Southeast, Bothell, Washington. Okay. Don't go back to that property. Have no new criminal law violations for which there's probable cause. Okay, those are the two primary things. Next one is going to be, I want you to make it to any future court hearings if I said any, right? And our agreement is I'm not going to have to, but if I do, and to do that, you want to keep your address up to date with the court. Keep a good mailing address, because if I think something's going on, I'm going to send you a summons.
Okay.
You don't get the summons, then we end up chatting like this again, right?
Yeah.
All right. So let's remove that at least from the future. Actually, let's remove. I'm looking forward to not seeing you unless you want to stop by and say life is great.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Sounds good.
I will tell you also that as you are walking your way up those stairs, there are resources available at the court. So if you need something, we have, we have little cosmetic packs, or not cosmetic, but hygiene packs. We have socks, we have food, we have some clothing. There's things here. We also have people who know how to connect you to other resources.
Okay.
You don't have to commit a crime to have access to them. Okay.
Right. Okay. Okay.
All right. So with that, good luck with your stair climb.
Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Or Ms. Walberg.
Okay.
Return to yourself. It's okay. Could I have a seat, please?
Okay, that was so odd. This judge is so nice though. I get it, but that dear. Okay. Guys, hi Courtney. Hope you're doing well. We're doing pretty good. It is Tuesday. We're having some fun. Let's watch a little bit more of this before we start our crazy TPO hearing that I have for us tonight. A little bit more of Bothell West Coast life, folks. This is a hard
The
one
next matter to
to
address off the 929 calendar is Sarah O'Shea, cause number 1A0450236. Your Honor, this is an arraignment. Count 1, driving while license suspended 3rd degree. Count 2, failing to transfer title within 45 days. However, we do have resolutions on both counts.
Your Honor, the city moves to amend driving with license suspended in the 3rd degree to no valid operating license in the 2nd degree with an agreed amount fine of $200 under RCW 46.20.015. Additionally, the city moves to amend the failure to transfer title within 45 days to no valid registration and vehicle with an agreed amount of fine of $200 under RCW 46.16A.180.
And she would like to accept both amendments, would agree to the committed findings on both for the total amount, is requesting either to set up a payment plan with the court or to do community service. I did discuss both those options with her. It sounds like she may take advantage of that community service option.
All right. Miss O'Shea, good morning.
Morning.
Everybody the attorneys here have told me what you would like to do. Were you paying attention?
Yes.
Like to do today?
I would like to lead down to the amended charges and either set up a payment plan or I'm not sure when I'm going to get out, so it might just be easier to set up a payment plan for right now. I can make payments on the 3rd of the month.
All right. So Miss O'Shea, also I need to confirm that Sarah Jeannie O'Shea is your true name.
Sarah Jenny O'Shea, yes.
Jenny, sorry, thank you. Well, I am going to accept the city's motions to amend the driving while license suspended 3rd degree to no valid operator's license 2nd degree, and the failure to transfer title within 45 days to the no registration and vehicle infractions. I will accept your stipulation as to committed to both infractions, and I will impose the agreed upon penalty of $200 on each for a total of $400. I note that you have been in custody on this warrant. It looks like from the 5th of July until we released you.
She's wearing her jail
Looks like
uniform,
on
Judge.
today, actually. Oh no, I released you technically on the 6th. So you did a day in jail. I'm going to give you credit for that day in jail towards that $400 fine, and I'm going to
Thank you.
eliminate it. Okay?
Does that mean that I won't have any fine left?
You will not have to pay on this fine. You have a bunch in other courts. So
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
you're welcome. Good luck to you. Have a license next time. Okay? Okay.
I'm trying.
All right,
You
Miss,
take care.
you took yourself, so can you show me again? Hang in there.
I'm so perplexed at this whole court today. Guys, clock for your shift, please.
And while we're waiting, Mr. Donahue was not transported to cause numbers 22-43 and 22-44.
But I see, please.
Mr. Donahue was the individual that we released last time he was in custody because he was in the hospital for an extended period of time. I'll defer to Madam Clerk, but I believe there was an indication that he was taken to the hospital before he was actually booked today.
And Your Honor, I did speak to transport while Ms. Pimentel was in a meeting with others, and they did indicate that he was cleared from the hospital and booked into the Snohomish County Jail. So we should be able to get him later this week.
All right. What is the city's position?
Your Honor, Mr. Donahue has 121 lifetime failure to appears and 3 on each of these case numbers. And so the city requests to maintain bail at $4,000 on each.
Oh, wow. That might be the highest I've ever heard. 121 lifetime FTAs? No way. Did we mishear that? We did.
Indicate that he was cleared from the hospital and booked into the Snohomish County Jail. So we should be able to get him later this week.
All right. What is the city's position?
Your Honor, Mr. Donahue has 121 lifetime failure to appears and 3 on each of these case numbers. And so the city requests to maintain bail at $4,000 on each case number.
All right. Ms. Pimentel, are you reserving on argument at this time, or?
This is a pre-trial, Your Honor. This is actually a conflict for my office. I think that's why he doesn't have counsel appointed yet.
All right. So I will maintain bail and we'll set the matter over.
It's just that Steve from Blue's Clues is looking rough. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hi, Cherry B. This is a crazy court tonight.
And See Mr. Donahue when we can get him here.
This is Mr. Kennedy, 3A05355048, on for arraignment, underline allegation here being one count of theft in the third degree. We did have the opportunity to go over the maximum penalty for the charge. We also discussed the constitutional rights. He has at this stage of the proceeding, he's indicating no additional questions at this time, and so we are prepared to move forward with the arraignment.
Good morning, Mr. Kennedy.
Good morning. Your Honor.
You're here for arraignment, so I need to confirm that Jeffrey Dillon Kennedy is your true name.
Okay.
And Ms. Pimentel just told me that she went over quite a bit of information with you this morning, including your constitutional rights. Did you understand all of it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Pimentel.
And I will acknowledge receipt of the complaint, waive formal reading, and enter a plea of not guilty on his behalf.
Not guilty plea will enter. Court has previously had an opportunity to review the police reports and did make a finding of probable cause. What is the city's request with regard to release and conditions?
Your Honor, Mr. Kennedy has 40 lifetime failure to appears, 1 outstanding warrant, and 5 failure to appears in the last 3 years. The city requests to maintain the $3,000 bail. And for conditions, the city requests standard conditions and also requests that Mr. Kennedy is not returned to Big 5.
Ms. Pimentel?
The majority of his prior failures to appear are quite a while ago. I mean, if we're talking about lifetime, but he's had a few in the last couple of years, but actually has been staying out of trouble for the most part. I think you would like the court to give him an opportunity to show you that he can appear on his own out of custody. Certainly no objection to him quashing that King County District Court warrant. As a condition, it looks like it's a pretty low warrant amount. He'd also like counsel to be appointed, as he's indicating he's not currently employed at this time.
That's cheap. Can you imagine what Judge Mann would assign for 121 FTAs? Or 40? 40 FTAs, 121. Exactly, Tupac. How much money the people have lost, not on bond, but just on like court appearances they didn't show up for.
I'm sorry, why am I supposed to believe that he's going to make it back to court? Mr. Kennedy?
I'll make it back to my next court date.
You understand that I get told that a lot.
Was that, I thought that was a rhetorical question. 40 FTAs. This guy has 40 FTAs. That's crazy. This judge is so nice. She's like, dude, tell me something I've not heard before. And he's like, I'll come to court. And she's like, my dude, like 40 previous times it worked.
I'm sorry, why am I supposed to believe that he's going to make it back to court? Mr. Kennedy?
I'll make it back to my next court date.
You understand that I get told that a lot.
Yeah. I'm trying to do better. I've been staying out of trouble. Trying to turn my life around.
I'm sad. Still, this judge is thinking about it. I'm thinking
My
about it too,
concern
Judge.
is that warrant out of King County District Court. Take a look at that really quickly.
I never won this silent game. That's why I told you guys I can't sell cars.
What are you doing to make this change, Mr. Kennedy?
I am working or I'm seeking work. I really would like to work and I want to do right. I want to be a good citizen.
Just
And
because, yeah, just because you don't have charges doesn't mean that you've been being good. I know that, right?
right.
So the question I have is why should I believe you'll come back before the court when you have this incredible history of not showing up? I mean, you've worked really hard for a reputation of not showing up to court, right?
Right.
So
But these were a long time ago, and I changed my life around a lot.
what have you changed?
I've been staying out of trouble, and I have been working. I'm currently unemployed, but I have been working a lot, and it's
What kind of work do you do?
construction.
Okay, so Mr. Kennedy, this is what I'm going to do. You have
Before judge says what she's going to do, thank you so much, Walkie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I so appreciate it. I hope you get sleep tonight if that's what you want. But if you don't want to, no, there will be. Thank you so much. You're a great friend of the channel. I am not. I'm just shocked that she's even contemplating this at this many FTAs. But again, we preface this by a guy with 121. That's crazy. Thank you again, Rocky.
earned the reputation of not showing up for court. However, $3,000 bail might be a bit high. So I'm going to set bail at $500. If you post bail, you need to be in court at the next court date that I set. All right. You also need to follow the following conditions. You need to notify the court in person or in writing of any change of address, have no new criminal law violations for which there is probable cause, make an appointment with your attorney and make it to that appointment because they can't help you if you're not talking to them, and have no contact with, is it Big Five or Rite Aid?
Big Five.
Big Five. Okay, no contact with Big Five. Those are the conditions. Because I've set bail, I'm going to set a really quick pretrial. It's going to be for July 20th at 9:30 in the morning. That's by Zoom. So if you're in custody, you'll be back here like you are right now. But if you're out of custody, you need to join by Zoom. If you don't have the means to do that, come to the court. We'll put you on a tablet so that you can do it. Okay.
Okay.
Your trial is going to be the August trial term, but again, July 20th is your next court date. So I want you to make sure that you are there. If you post that $500 bail, that you make it, and you also need to take care of that warrant out of King County. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we'll see you on July 20th.
Okay.
All right.
Your Honor, was there a request for counsel?
There was a request for counsel, Mr. Kennedy, and I am going to make a finding that Mr. Kennedy does qualify for court-appointed counsel based on the totality of the circumstances and what I saw in the dockets. So I'm going to direct appoint Ms. Pimentel's office.
We heard you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And the last matter to address that was transported is Mr. De Los Santos. That's cause number 3A03401115. This is on for pretrial. I believe Mr. De Los Santos just missed court very recently. His request today is to release him to set another out of custody hearing. Sounds like he is working and is living here locally in the Bothell area. Indicated that it was an issue, I think, of getting a ride to the courthouse, but he's going to make sure that he has that facilitated as soon as he does have that court date, if the court is willing to release him, so that we're not in this position again.
City's position.
City really wavered on this one. There's been 8 lifetime failure to appears. They've all been the past 2 years, and one in this matter. Most of the activity has been more recent. The city's going to request bail at $500.
Ms. Pimentel, did you want to respond to that?
And all I will say is, obviously, I've spoken with Mr. De Los Santos. I think he understands that if he's not going to be able to make it to court on his own, then obviously the only way that Your Honor can do so is to have the transport staff take him from jail. So I think he understands that if he is given this opportunity, that it will likely be the only one and will not be released again.
Mr. De Los Santos. Looks to me like you don't like coming to court in Bothell.
Yeah, it might look like that, but I'm just I was struggling, but I mean, I've changed my life around. I haven't been doing anything. I haven't done any criminal activity or anything like that. I'm working in a painting company, and I promise I'm gonna be more responsible. I'm gonna make it my priority.
Well, yeah, very little else in your life ends you up in green stripes, right?
Yeah.
You need to make it a priority. Your failures to appear are almost entirely out of Bothell. This case and your previous case. The city is absolutely correct in asking me to set bail, because you have worked hard at this. You're working. I don't want you to lose your job. I want you to be working, right?
Yes.
You want to be working, right?
Yeah.
Makes it easier to eat and do things like that when you get a paycheck, right?
Yeah.
So I think the city's request is appropriate. I'm going to set bail in the amount of $500. I need to have something to encourage you to actually make it back to court. All right.
Okay.
So $500 bail. We'll set the matter over to the 20th at 9:30 in the morning for your pretrial. Your trial date will be the August trial term. If you do post bail, you need to appear by Zoom at 9:30 in the morning on July 20th. Here's the deal. You have an attorney, right?
Yeah.
If you call your attorney and explain what's going on, your attorney can tell me that. And that means you're actually bothering to try to make it to court. What do I tell you when we did arraignment? I said, make an appointment with your attorney, make it to that appointment, because they can't help you if you're not talking to them, right?
Okay.
Your attorney cannot help you if you're not talking with them.
All right.
So make sure you're in good communication with, I believe it's Miss Pimentel. Is that correct, Miss Pimentel?
Yes.
All right. Stay in good contact with her. Let her know what's going on.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to see you on July 20th at 9:30 in the morning. Okay.
All right.
See you then.
The only other matter that was not transported is Mr. Rosario. I believe the court addressed it yesterday. He was due to be seen this morning, and then we were informed by transport officers that he was having some behavioral issues, was not able to be transported.
Thank you. What is the city's position with regard to Mr. Rosario? Just set him over?
Yes, please.
Set the matter over, maintaining bail. All right.
We
Looks-
have Ms. Medina Leon present off of the 9:30 calendar. She is present with interpreter.
All right. Madam Interpreter, if I could have you introduce yourself and put your credentials on the record. Your microphone is muted if you're speaking.
Language.
I'm real.
Our oath
No,
is
you're not even
permanently
that
on
late.
file with the administrative.
You're not even that late, my friend. We haven't even gotten started on our video of the evening. I know I'm skipping here though, so I'm going to dip off the screen for a moment. It's because I'm downloading our main event. Thank you to our lovely friend looking at legal stuff. Guys, yes, we can finally start. Mariel is here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Guys, go ahead. Make sure you clocked in for your shifts, please, by hitting that like button. Don't worry, they'll come back in a minute. Alcoholic. We're funny. No, this is cheaper than OnlyFans, actually.
Office of the courts.
All right, thank you. And we missed the beginning of that because your microphone was muted.
Oh, sorry. My name is P. Diane Schneider, certified by the state of Washington as court interpreter for the Spanish language, and our oath is permanently on file with the administrative office of the courts.
Thank you. Ms. Pimentel.
This is cause number 3A0529256.
Es el número 3A5029256.
This is on for arraignment, one allegation of driving under the influence from an incident date of July 5th of this year.
Es una acusación de conducir bajo la influencia, la lectura de cargos de un caso del 5 de julio 2023.
With the assistance of the interpreter, I did go over the maximum penalties for the charges, as well as we discussed the potential of the mandatory minimum penalties.
Y con la ayuda de la intérprete, sí le platiqué de la pena máxima de esta acusación y también platicamos de la pena mínima.
We also discussed all of the constitutional rights she has at this stage of the proceedings.
También platicamos de todos los derechos constitucionales que tiene dentro de los procedimientos.
She's indicating she has no additional questions at this time, and so we are prepared to move forward with the arraignment.
Indicó que ya no tiene más preguntas, así que pedimos que sigamos adelante.
Good morning, Ms. Medina Leon.
Buenos días, señora Medina León.
You're here for arraignment, so I need to confirm that Maria del Carmen Medina Leon is your true name.
Ya que está aquí para una lectura de cargos, debo confirmar de que si María del Carmen Medina León es su nombre correcto.
Sí.
Yes.
Ms. Pimentel has told me that she went over your constitutional rights with you, as well as the charge you're facing with the assistance of the interpreter. Did you understand everything?
La señora Pimentel me ha dicho que ella le explicó a usted la acusación y sus derechos con la ayuda de la intérprete. ¿Usted entendió todo lo que se dijo?
Sí.
Yes.
Ms. Pimentel.
Señora Pimentel.
And will acknowledge receipt of the complaint, waive formal reading, and enter a plea of not guilty on her behalf.
Ya recibimos la acusación formal, renunciamos a una lectura formal de la acusación y nos declaramos no culpable.
Not guilty plea will enter.
Se va a apuntar una declaración de no culpable.
The court has previously had an opportunity to review the police reports and did make a finding of probable cause. What is the city's request with regard to release conditions?
Anteriormente, la jueza ha tenido la oportunidad de revisar el informe de policía para determinar que si hay motivo fundado ¿Cuál es la recomendación del fiscal?
The city requests standard conditions.
Pedimos que se impongan las condiciones estandarizadas.
Based on the high PAC, the city also requests an ignition interlock device.
Basado en el alto contenido de alcohol en el sistema, también pedimos que imponga el requisito de instalar el dispositivo electrónico.
We did go over all of the standard conditions. There's no objection to that.
Ya habíamos platicado de las condiciones estandarizadas y no nos oponemos.
We also discussed the city's request for the ignition interlock device.
También platicamos de la instalación del dispositivo electrónico.
I just asked the court give her possibly until Friday to get that set up so that she has some time to contact a few different agencies.
Le pido a su señoría que la permite hasta el viernes para que tenga tiempo para ponerse en contacto con algunas de las agencias que ofrecen el servicio.
All right, Ms. Medina Leon, I am going to release you on your personal recognizance on the following conditions.
Señora Medina León, la voy a dejar salir basado en su promesa para comparecer, basado en las siguientes condiciones.
You'll notify the court in person or in writing of any change of address.
Si cambia de domicilio, debe avisar al tribunal en persona o por motivo electrónico.
You'll have no new criminal law violations for which there is probable cause.
No debe cometer ningún nuevo delito por cual hay motivo fundado.
Make an appointment with your attorney and make it to that appointment because they can't help you if you're not talking to them.
Debe hacer una cita con su abogado y conversar y ir o llegar a la cita para conversar con su abogado porque ellos no le pueden defender si no está platicando con ellos.
Make it to your court dates, which I'm going to give you in just a moment.
Y debe comparecer a las audiencias en el tribunal y le voy a dar esas fechas ahorita.
You will not drive unless you are properly licensed and insured.
No debe conducir sin tener licencia para conducir vigente y comprobante de seguro.
You will not drive or be in physical control of a motor vehicle with a BAC of 0.08 or higher or a THC concentration of 5 nanograms per milliliter of whole blood or higher within 2 hours of driving.
Y no debe conducir con un contenido en la sangre de alcohol de 0.08 o más, ni tampoco con un contenido de THC de 5 nanogramos de THC dentro de 2 horas de haber conducido.
You will not refuse a test of your breath or blood if reasonably requested by a law enforcement officer.
Si un oficial de policía le pide una prueba de aliento o de sangre, no puede rehusar.
You'll have an ignition interlock device installed in any vehicle that you are driving.
Debe instalar un dispositivo electrónico para monitorear el aliento en cualquier vehículo que usted conduzca.
You will have proof of having installed the ignition interlock device to the court by close of business on Friday, 4 p.m.
Debe tener comprobante y presentarlo al tribunal antes de las 4 de la tarde del día viernes.
If we do not receive that proof by Friday, a warrant will issue for your arrest.
Si no recibimos el comprobante de que instaló el dispositivo antes de esa fecha, antes de esa hora, se va a emitir orden de arresto.
That I'll set court dates for, I guess, is there any reason why you cannot appear in person at the Bothell Municipal Court?
¿Hay algún motivo que usted no pueda comparecer en persona en el tribunal de Bothell municipal?
No, no hay ninguno.
No, none.
So I'll set this for August 3rd at 2:30 in the afternoon for court in person at the Bothell Municipal Court. Your trial will be set to the September trial term. But your next,
Voy a fijar una fecha para la próxima audiencia, el 3 de agosto a las 2:30 de la tarde. Va a comparecer en persona en el tribunal de Bothell, en municipal. También se va a fijar el juicio para en septiembre.
but your next court date is August 3rd at 2:30.
La siguiente audiencia va a ser el 3 de agosto a las 2:30.
Is there any reason why you would not be able to make it to that court date?
¿Hay algún motivo que usted no pueda comparecer para esa fecha?
No, ninguno.
No, none.
Okay. Ms. Pimentel, was there a request for court-appointed counsel?
Están pidiendo un defensor público nombrado por el juez.
She's working full-time, so if the court could include the financial affidavit in her paperwork, we did discuss that as well.
Ella, como está trabajando tiempo completo, va a tener que someter la solicitud para ver que sí califica.
All right. So Ms. Medina Leon, we will include an affidavit in your paperwork that asks you about your income, your assets, and your expenses. If you wish to be considered for a court-appointed attorney, you need to complete that document and return it to the court.
Señora Medina, en los documentos que le vamos a enviar va a incluir un formulario que tiene una encuesta de sus bienes, de sus ingresos y sus gastos. Y si usted quiere que se le considere para nombrarle defensor público para representarla, debe incluir ese documento y presentarlo al Tribunal Municipal de Bothell.
And you want to get that back to me as quickly as possible so that your attorney can be on board and up to speed as soon as possible. You want someone representing you quickly.
Y cuando recibe ese formulario debe de llenarlo lo más pronto posible y regresarlo, porque usted quiere, si le quiere que le nombren abogado, debe tener el abogado ya presente y ayudándolo a tiempo.
Okay?
¿Está bien?
Ok, sí.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So we'll see you on August 3rd.
Así que la vamos a volver a ver el 3 de agosto.
But you will be filing proof of the ignition interlock device by this Friday and getting me that affidavit if you want to be considered for court-appointed counsel.
Pero antes, este viernes va a tener que presentar comprobante de que instaló el dispositivo y también lo más pronto posible me debe conseguir después de llenar el formulario declarando sus ingresos y sus gastos para ver si le puede calificar para que le nombren defensor público.
Oh my God, I thought you wouldn't shut up. Credence and Mikey, perfect timing though. Thank you so much. Oh, baby, baby. Welcome. Also Stormy Gal, thank you so much. It's a cute little outfit. I think so myself. We are gonna start our main event of the evening, you guys. Give me one moment. I apologize for like the Spanish lesson, but you know how we do. Let's see here. Oh yes, let me close that curtain while I get this video, which, like I said, is a TPO. It is a little serious, folks. So viewer discretion is always advised over here. I'm just not to be held responsible for it all. Oh, excellent. It worked. If looking at legal stuff is still here, she can know that it worked as a download. Also, guys, please go ahead, clock in for your shift. Mikey, that includes you, if you haven't done so yet. Viewer indiscretion. Yes, that's exactly right. I think it is that bad. I only heard a part of it. Larry Beaver may be needed. I might need to just jump in front of it and block the thing. I don't know. I mean, honestly, Judge Dude was plowing through the cases today, and I did not get them all, but I did note this one. So let's see how we do. Let's get us started. My friends, yay. Tomorrow you're out of jail, right, Mikey? Do you have big plans for a big welcome back party? I hope so. I hope you guys keep going. You missed a few? Shit. Well, I will talk to you about that later because we probably got them, but I need something from last week. We'll talk later. Anyways, let's keep going. Put on Zoom. Come on.
All right, it looks like we have both parties present. I want to give you each a rundown of what to expect for today's hearing. Thank you for your patience while we work through some other matters we had on the calendar. This is a civil hearing, so the standard of proof is more likely than not. That's basically what I have to decide is which way the scales tip. And the way that works is that we hear from the petitioner and we hear the petitioner's case in its entirety. That means the witnesses testify one by one. They are questioned by the other side one by one. When they're done, the petitioner rests and it's the respondent's turn to present any testimony or evidence they wish to present. Now,
and I hate it when I do this. We've only been in for 30 seconds, but I need to say something. Judge Dude doesn't look well. It's the lighting, I'm sure. Hold on, let me just pull it up here. It's the lighting, but also he looks green, folks. Like, what in the fuck is going on with him?
as we go through this, there may be documents, exhibits, or other evidence that we need to discuss. If you have submitted that to the clerk and it's been accepted, then the clerk can screen share that for us so that we can all be viewing it at the same time. So just if that's the case, please direct us to whatever you need and we will get it pulled up for all of us. So the last thing that I will advise everybody before we begin, forgive me, I'm trying to adjust my camera, is that if you have witnesses that are physically located where you are, they need to move themselves to a place that they cannot hear the testimony being given. Each witness's testimony is supposed to be given on its own without being influenced by overhearing the testimony of others, consciously or unconsciously. So if there is anybody physically with you that you intend to testify, this would be the opportunity for them to remove themselves from the room and go somewhere else. Now, Mr. Coleman, we will start with you. If you'll raise your right hand for me and unmute, please.
Yes.
He's definitely
Do
sweating.
you swear any statements you make to the court today will be the truth under penalty of perjury?
I can't swear on no Bible because I'm Muslim.
There is no Bible, but I am asking for you to swear or affirm. Okay. So if you would feel more comfortable affirming that you will tell the truth. Affirm. Thank you. Thank you. And certainly, I mean, no disrespect by making the request, but whatever form that may take, an affirmation of your intent to tell the truth is more than sufficient. So you are filing against Ms. Baker and you believe she's a DeKalb County resident. Is that correct? Yes, sir. And you two have a child together. The age is redacted on the paperwork at this point, but you have one child together, correct? Yes, sir. All right. You two have never been married. Have you ever lived together? No, sir. Okay. So you detailed an incident that took place in late May. Tell me what happened in this incident. I came to meet the processor so the processor so I could pay the processor to serve her for the legitimation. And as I was talking to the processor, I drove off from the process. As I was driving off, when I come around the curve, she ran toward the car. She screamed, "Bitch." And she's like, she was going to throw her phone at me. I was like, I started laughing. And I bust a U-turn. I came back up. By the time I came back up,
her brother had them came out by then. And then I was like, oh, for real? And I pulled out. And I texted her.
Okay, your Canadian gal needs a little bit of Southern translation. I caught a little bit of that, but can we go back a little bit? I think he just told the whole story in 3 sentences, and I need a little bit of help. Also, hi, Daylight, welcome. Okay, we're gonna go back. I would like a breakdown, please, guys. I'm very confused. I heard U-turn. I heard that part. Phone. I think I heard phone. What else? Also, of course, looking at legal stuff and Mikey. Sharing is caring. That hard socky.
And you two have a child together. The age is redacted on the paperwork at this point, but you have one child together, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. You two have never been married. Have you ever lived together?
No, sir.
Okay. So you detailed an incident that took place in late May. Tell me what happened in this incident.
I came to meet the processor so the processor so I could pay the processor to serve her for the legitimation. And as I was talking to the processor, I drove off from the process. As I was driving off, when I come around the curve, she ran toward the car. She screamed, "Bitch!" And she's like, she was gonna throw her phone at me. I was like, I started laughing, and I bust a U-turn. I came back up. By the time I came back up, her brother had them came out by then. And then I was like, oh, for real? And I pulled out.
For real? You got it. Okay, I think I got this one. He went to meet the process server who he had hired as a private process server in order to get served. When he went to get her served, he drove past the curb, turned around, and saw her, who said, bitch, gonna throw the phone. And then he said, oh no, or laughed. This is crazy.
And I texted her later, and I said, he was gonna hit me with the phone, bro. He was gonna do that. She was like, what the hell? Like, what you were doing out here was, you been out here, it was malice. It wasn't no malice in nothing I did. I'm just trying to set some boundaries, make sure I see my child. I don't want to hurt her. I don't want her to hurt me. Just set some boundaries.
Okay. So were your windows up or down at the point she was going to throw the phone, or that she might have thrown the phone?
My window was halfway down.
Okay. And so
I drove out. Yeah, I drove. I went after that. I drove out. I kept pushing.
All right. And you said there have been.
Sorry, what did he say? He drove off. He kept pushing. As a West Coast Canadian, none of this makes sense to me. I'm like, this is crazy. Is that what he said? I kept pushing? What do you mean? He was mad and he didn't want to go back? Is that what that means? Okay. Thank you, Mikey, for translating for us. Do you have an official certificate for the courts?
Incidents in the past that involved a firearm. When approximately was that?
I was doing it was sometime during the pandemic. One time I was walking off and it was a shot fired. The shot that was fired, it was stated to me that the shot was fired in the bushes. But I kept walking. The shot was fired because I moved some money that I gave her for a phone bill and put it in another spot. And she quit. She get upset. I do things. I'm not gonna lie. I do.
Whoa. What is what? I'm Okay, but did he really just say he moved money? Like physically moved money that they have in the house? Little red flag there for drug dealing. If you've got stacks of cash that you physically move around in your house, that's a red flag. So, oh my gosh. He moved it like he buried it in a different part of the yard?
Things because I do it to my other family too. I do things when I see somebody doing something crazy.
Whoa, hold on. Did he just slip in another family there? Did he just slip in my other family? We have to go back 10 seconds. Seriously. Also, Nana's talking shit about me. I can hear her.
She get upset. I do things. I'm not gonna lie. I do things because I do it to my other family too. I do things when I see somebody doing something crazy that don't make sense. I do something to see how far they're gonna go. So I moved the money, but it didn't cause for me to be no shot busted at me. Okay,
We are all silence.
All right. I'm looking through paperwork to figure out. So, and I want to make sure I'm getting this. So you said
when the shot was shot off at me, I kept going. I got in my car. I drove off. I called her. I went to one of my brothers' house, one of my Muslim brothers. I consider him a good friend, like a cousin and stuff. I went there to get my hair cut, and I was explaining to him what was going on at the time. I was explaining to him I was texting her back and forth too at the same time. And
so do you know?
Let it go. The incident.
Okay, we need to have a welfare check, Judge Dude. You guys, something is going on there. Look at him. Look at him. He looks so jaundiced and ill. Also, yes, I think he has two families. She is one of the baby mamas. She's like not having this. What hair? Great question, Stormy Gal. When you guys get shot at, do you go to the hairdresser right away? Is that normally on your list? Presto, thank you. Finally, we watch a lot of DeKalb County, and finally somebody's taking a little bit of responsibility and saying sorry. What the fuck's going on in DeKalb County is my question. Seriously, the fuck is going on? See, see, Edna, she's talking to Edna. That's Nana.
It was let go because I love her. You feel me? So I let it go because I'm not with it. I'm not with the food and like that. We don't came so far now that way. I got a child with her now. I don't want her to hurt me. I don't want to hurt her. I don't want nobody to get hurt. So like I said, I need the boundaries set. I need it set to the point where, hey, some respect got to be given. You want respect from me? Give me the same kind of respect. That's all I have.
So do you know what direction she was firing?
My back was turned, sir. My back was turned.
Okay. So
I was hit in the face. I was hit in the face first with a shoe. When I was hit with the shoe going out the door, I was.
Oh my God, buddy, you gotta preface this properly. You were hit in the face with a shoe? You were just talking about somebody pew-pewing. This is insane. Wow, presto. Welcome. I mean, I live in Canada, but I know a lot about your county. I know a lot about Fulton County. I'm a little bit, this is seriously, like, if I was to pay like I used to do pay people to do these court hearings for me. I ran out of money. But in the beginning, I would pay people to do these court hearings. I would write them all out. But I just started doing the real ones and they're better than the ones I would write. You can't write this shit.
What the fuck? So I'm like, I turned my back and I kept walking. Then I heard the blah. When I heard the blah, I was like, I don't see that. So I kept walking because it was neighbors out there and I didn't want them to think nobody was shooting. So I didn't want them to think nobody was shooting.
Here's what I'm trying to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible that somebody fired a shot in the air or fired a shot into the ground as opposed to firing a shot at you? And I'm wondering what information, if any, you have about that.
I just told you the shot was fired at me, but she stated that she fired it in the bushes.
Okay, what makes you think it was fired at you?
No, the shot never should have been fired behind my back. When you hit me, when I got hit with the shooting, I was walking out. You had a gun in your hand, so the shot was fired after that. I didn't get hit.
Okay.
Yes.
Was the gun that she had one that you were accustomed to seeing her with?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And your child was born this year, is that correct?
Yes. She wasn't. She hadn't conceived yet back then when this happened.
Okay, that was an older incident.
Yeah. That was old.
And so, for clarity's sake, has there been a point in the last few years that you've undergone a legal name change?
I did a legal name change before the pandemic.
Okay. Do you have a guess as to what year that was?
1819.
Okay. So we'll say 4 or 5 years ago. That's a good timetable.
Yes.
And prior to the name change, what were you known by?
Cedric.
Okay. All right. So let me see, Mr. Coleman. So is there any?
Okay, first of all, Courtney, 1819, that would be hilarious. Also, Mikey, yes, he got her pregnant. She tried to kill him. Guys, I've taught you about red flags. That's like an obvious one. I didn't even think I needed to go over that one. If that happens, that's a no-go for the dick and the,
Anything else I should have asked you about acts of violence or threats of violence involving Miss Baker that I have not thought to ask you yet?
That's basically it. The only thing I just said what I said. I just need to set up a boundary. Other than that,
all right. So
my child.
Now you described this incident in May. Have you seen Miss Baker in person since then?
No, I haven't seen her. The last time I spoke to her was May the 29th when I was texting her. We was texting before that, but that's around the time she was served. And then she told me the next day I called her. I kept calling her, trying to get her money, texting her, trying to get her money for my daughter. And she told me, stop calling me, please. And you got what you wanted. Like, I hope you think it's funny. Now I texted her and I told her, I said, I'm just trying to get the money to you for my daughter. I'm not trying to do nothing else with you. It is what it is.
All right. And so prior to May, when was the May 25th incident? Prior to that, when was the last time you have been in contact with her?
Before the May 25th contact, it was May the 6th, like 1:30 in the morning, 1:33 or something like that in the morning. I got a call from her. She was out and she called me and woke me up and told me she needed me to come to get her because her friend and her friend boyfriend was fighting. She was in the middle of it. and some more extra stuff. And I was like, okay. Boom. And at first I asked, no, I didn't say okay. At first I asked her, where's
How he responds to this will let us know what level of pussy he is deep in, okay? If somebody who has shot you or shot at you that you later impregnated calls you at 1:30 in the middle of the night, you don't have to answer if they've like shot you. Seriously, I don't think you do. I think that like removes that need. Some people love the drama and the chaos. Crazy girls.
our
So
daughter?
would it be fair? Let me just jump in. Would it be fair to say that you two only speak to each other? Maybe were speaking every few weeks up until the incident. Was it a sporadic thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was about every time we talked, it was about my daughter, and she kept with the going off, and I kept saying, "You're right. Okay, you correct. Okay, I'm gonna let you have that. You're right. You're right." I'm
And
not
I know
trying
you
to
filed for legitimation, so you're trying to establish some custody and visitation rights in there. Have you had any custody or visitation thus far?
No.
Okay.
And I was told by one of the attorneys, because I was told to send money, certified mail, and I sent the money certified mail, and they told me to bring it up today too, about how do I get the money to her.
Did they also tell you to bring gift cards, sir? That's weird. That's very weird. Hi, Ron. Hope you're doing well.
For my child, like every week. How do I get money to her? But the last time I sent some money, sent a U.S. postal money order, and that was right before like a week or so ago, right before all this.
Okay. So, and then has anything happened since you had her served in regards to the legitimation case? Has anything else happened since she was served with those papers?
No, only incident I had is when I came back in town from seeing a couple of my sons. I had went to see my sons. They had graduated. One of my oldest sons and one of my younger sons. I went out of state to their graduations and spent time with them. I came back, and when she was served TPO, my mom called me, and my mom went off on me because she was served with the TPO. And my mom was like, "Why would you do all this? Like, y'all keep going through this foolishness. I can't see my grandchild. You being stupid." And she went saying all kinds of stuff. She said she don't want me to come to her house now. And now, man, I'm back into a spot because now everybody turned against me because I'm trying to do the right thing. Like, I'm really doing the right thing. So people turning, my own family turning against me.
Yeah, get out.
All right. So I think those are the questions I have for you at this time, Mr. Coleman. So, Ms. Baker, do you have questions that you think I need to ask Mr. Coleman? Keeping in mind you'll be able to testify or present evidence as well.
No.
All right. Mr. Coleman, do you have any other witnesses you intend to call?
Nah, the people that I know, they know what stuff we done been through, but those guys ain't gonna. They not gonna do that. Everything like I said. It's
All right. So, Ms. Baker, he is rested. This is your opportunity to present your portion of the case. Keeping in mind your testimony can be used against you. Do you have any, do you wish to give any testimony today?
Yes.
All right. Can you please raise your right hand as best you're able? Do you swear any statements you make to the court today will be the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes.
All right. You can put your hand down. What would you like to tell us about the relationship between you and Mr. Coleman?
Well, I don't know him by Mr. Coleman. We didn't date by that name. I don't call him that as far as I know. That was some alias name that he used, but this has been an ongoing thing.
I'm sorry, what? Already? She didn't date him by that name? That's hilarious. That's why they asked about the name change earlier. Oh my God. What the fuck? This is such a weird case. Oh man. Presto, this judge, he often looks this haggard. That is such a strange way to start, Courtney. So strange. Let's see how this goes. I hope my milkshakes bring the boys to the chat and the girls. Everybody welcomed with the milkshakes, Brian and Kimmy.
Cedric, we've been back and forth with this trauma for the longest now. Cedric is just really trying to flip the script at this point, basically, to sum it all up. I have
He's
been
really
trying
trying to what?
flip the script. See, this
Oh.
is something that I've been trying to do towards him for the longest. If I put the police on him or send the police to his people's house, then I get threatened and all this other stuff come back my way. He avoided the police back in Fulton County. When I tried to get him served for Cobb County, I don't have an address on him. Anytime he comes over here, I allow him to come over here due to the fact that I had the baby. All of this, I will block Cedric. He'll call multiple times. I ask him to not come over here. He'll pop up over here. I sent y'all videos. I sent y'all text messages. I have witnessed Cedric. Don't give me space. All I asked him plenty of times is to give me space. Sit back. Hold on. Let me get this together. And he don't have no respect for that. When he can't have his way, he flips the script. It's, oh, I'm going to kill you, or I'm going to hurt somebody around you, or I'm going to do this and this and that. This has been an ongoing thing with him. He don't stop.
All right, let me jump in for just a second. Mr. Pitts, you seem to have made your way back to us, but you're free to log off. All right. My apologies for the interruption there. I just knew we had somebody lost there, so I was trying to give him a quick instruction. All right, so you said that he's kind of been trying to come around, and do you believe that's in regards to wanting to be able to see and have the child more?
No, this happened. This been going on since before I got pregnant.
Okay, go on.
So he been doing this way before I got pregnant. It's just when I got pregnant, things got worse. Now it seems like he used the baby as leverage to try to manipulate the whole situation. Now it's, oh, I'm doing this because of the baby. Oh, the baby this, the baby that. It ain't about the baby. Cedric can't have his way with me. So now he's trying to flip the script all over again. He's possessive and he's controlling.
So we had he testified about an incident in late May. Apart from that incident, when was the last time that you actually were like saw him or were in the same place as him?
He was over here around April. He was over here around my birthday. And I had to ask him to leave around that time. And when I asked him, anytime I ask him to leave, it's, oh, you're going to make me hurt somebody. And then he told my sister, oh, he was going to shoot up my house. He couldn't come down to the hospital because he told everybody that he was going to shoot up. He was going to kill everybody at the hospital. Anytime Cedric can't have his way, he do stuff like this. So now he's trying to flip it and make it seem like I'm the aggressor. And it's not that, because anytime I try to defend myself against him, I get the backlash. Oh, it's why you doing this? Why you threatening me? Why you calling the police? Oh, you lucky to be doing this and this and that. I don't have time for that. All I asked was to leave me alone. I can't be left alone.
Okay, so if that was, do you think it was early April or late April that you two saw each other?
It was early April. He was over here around my birthday. My birthday, April 12th.
So basically in the last 3 months, the only time you two have been in the same place was this May 25th incident.
Right. And I came outside because I knew he was going to be outside.
And where did this happen?
At my house, when he sent the process server to my house. I came outside because I really thought the papers was fake, because it was just like the first couple of papers of the legitimation summons, and it wasn't a whole packet. and the name on it was Creed Coleman, and I'm like, this ain't this man's real name. So I walked outside, and he come driving down the street, laughing, ah ha 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 ha. Oh, you got my message. I see you got my message. And I reached out because for some reason I thought I was gonna stop his car. I wasn't finna throw my phone at this man. I had my phone and the paper in my hand at the same time. My whole Ring camera caught the whole incident. But I reached out thinking that I'm finna stop this man because I'm asking him, like, hey, yo, what is this? For one who is screaming, what is you summoning me for? He rolled around. Then, yes, my brother was standing on the porch, and he said to my brother, hey, you gonna need to help her. I hope you gonna be there to help her. My brother told him, I don't have nothing to do with that. Cedric was parked. He parked right in front of my house, and then he drove off.
All right. So irrespective of the name on the paperwork, you recognize the person who was there to be the person you knew as Cedric, who has testified today. He was formerly known by Cedric, but today is known as Creed Coleman.
Right.
Okay. So both in regards to the protective order and the legitimation, there's not a question today to resolve as to identity. It is the two human beings I'm dealing with are the human beings I'm supposed to be dealing with.
Yes, sir.
All right. As long as we're all on the same page there. I'm pretty sure we are. I just want to make sure.
Yes, sir.
So, and ma'am, he's made some allegations regarding you with a firearm. Do you have any statements regarding those?
I didn't shoot at Cedric. This incident that he's talking about, yeah, we did have an altercation at my house, and I asked him to leave. I was pushing him out my door, and I did have a shoe in my hand. And I was asking him to leave. Anytime I asked him to leave,
Oh my God, things are happening so fast that I can't keep up. My West Coast brain is not having this. There's okay. First of all, I'm not joking now. Do we need to talk to somebody about Judge here and get him some help? I know the medical system in the States is crazy, but he looks very sick. Okay, you guys, like he looks like if you were going to illustrate somebody with jaundice, it would be that picture right there. I'm actually confused. Is that what he changed his name to, Stormy Gal? Because I didn't quite hear it and I wasn't thinking that. Is that what he actually changed his name to, Apollo Creed? That's out of this world. I was laughing so hard at formerly known as Cedric. Holy shit. Here we go. In Canada, they'll see you at the hospital when you look like that. You'll get in right away. Okay. Oh, it's the cat. I was like, who the fuck is outside of my house?
Cedric like to do this bully, intimidating thing that he like to use his size. Oh, you ain't no killer. You can't do this and this and that to me. So I got rid of him out my house. I did not shoot at Cedric. I went on my back porch and my gun was jammed and I let off one round into the ground, which was way away from him. It had nothing to do with Cedric.
Okay, so you're
His side, him out my door.
regarding those.
I didn't shoot at Cedric. This incident that he's talking about, yeah, we did have an altercation at my house, and I asked him to leave. I was pushing him out my door, and I did have a shoe in my hand. And I was asking him to leave. Anytime I asked him to leave, Cedric like to do this bully, intimidating thing that he like to use his size. Oh, you ain't no killer. You can't do this and this and that to me. So I got rid of him out my house. I did not shoot at Cedric. I went on my back porch and my gun was jammed and I let off one round into the ground, which was way away from him. It had nothing to do with Cedric.
Okay, so you're saying that when that happened, you were on the back porch. When and where was he?
He was going, he was already going towards his car, going this way, and my back porch was that way. Wasn't nowhere directed toward him, didn't aim at him at all. We had an incident that happened in Henry County, and I couldn't get the copy of the actual report of the incident because they considered it a family matter. And they said a lawyer needed to be present in order to get the paperwork. So I wasn't able to present that as anything.
What I'm about to say, I'm not directing at you. That seems like a real fishy answer. That's odd to me. But people get told odd things all the time, and then they come and they talk to us about them. So, yeah, it's certainly, sometimes policy and procedure get in the way of what makes good sense. But, all right, so. I don't think I have any questions for you at this point. Mr. Coleman, do you have any other questions that you think the court needs to ask of this witness?
Yes, sir. It was just stated before you saw me on May that before I was seen on May the 25th with the processor that I hadn't been seen since April, right?
That's what she was thinking.
Okay, that's what she was thinking, and that's
Okay.
what she stated that, sir.
Right. So she said that there had been communication in between, but she was thinking that it was April around her birthday the last time you two were in the same place.
No, he
No.
came over here.
Hang on. Okay, go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, the night of after Cinco de Mayo, the night I did call him, I asked him to come and get.
Did she just say the night after Cinco de Mayo? Is that a big thing in Georgia? Thank you, Nana. Is that a big thing in Georgia? What the hell? Yes, Georgia Peach. Welcome, friend. I hope you're doing well. Okay, Cinco de Mayo is a big thing down in Georgia. I'll stop my laughter. Very, very, very funny. That would be odd here up in Canada, up in the West Coast, eh?
Me. But he started talking to other men, so I told him to not come get me, and I came home. Well, I came home probably 2 hours after I spoke to him, and Cedric came over here and started beating on my window. He started screaming at my mother, and he was sitting outside, and I recorded it, and I asked him to leave. I asked him, anytime I ask him to leave, he's not gonna leave.
All right, so hang on a second. Let me stop you there. Mr.
Mhm.
Coleman, she
Yes.
is saying that you two were in the same place that same night. You
That's-
indicated that there were text
listen,
messages exchanged.
Listen, that's what I'm sitting up there telling you. At 1:30 in the morning, I was never asked not to come or nothing. I kept texting her. I got the text messages still. I kept texting her saying, why would you have me come out here? Why would you do this? Why did you do that? Came to her house after I was riding around there looking for her for hours. But she finally texted me back, boy gone, you stupid. Shut your dumb ass up. She said all this, and then she hit me. By the time I pulled up to her house, she hit my phone and said, I'm home, my bae. She didn't say baby. She said, bae, okay. Good night. Talk to you tomorrow. By that time, I knocked on the window. When I knocked on the window, her mom came to the window talking about, what do you want? I told her mom straight up. I said, shut the F up. I'm talking to my daughter mother. I said, come outside. So I went back to my car. I sat down.
Oh, we need to roll back something, sir. Oh, ooh, I don't like that. Mm-mm. My mouse isn't working.
You want? I told her mom straight up. I said, shut the F up. I'm talking to my daughter mother. I said, come outside. So I went back to my car. I sat down. She went to talking loud. It's all on her ring camera. She told me she was gonna bust me. She's gonna do this. She's gonna do that. She's gonna kill me. She got on the call to call 911. 911 has that call. See, she's not putting all this in there. 911 has that call where she said, y'all here come get this pussy. I'm gonna bust this pussy. You don't get legitimation. You can't tell me what to do with her. You can't do nothing because you ain't got no legitimization pussy. Then she invited me to suck her penis, and she don't have a penis. She went to grabbing her pants like she had one.
Fuck, I forgot all about this. Oh, I've told somebody to suck my dick too, and I meant it.
She gonna do this. She's gonna do that. She gonna kill me. She got on the call to call 911. 911 has that call. See, she's not putting all this in there. 911 has that call where she said, "Y'all here come get this pussy. I'm gonna bust this pussy. You don't get legitimation. You can't tell me what to do with her. You can't do nothing because you ain't got no legitimation, pussy." Then she invited me to suck her penis, and she don't have a penis. She went to grabbing her pants like she had one. She didn't say penis. She actually said dick. She had some more people on the phone with her. Then I told her, I'm gonna wait for the police to come so they can make a report of this. This is exactly what I told her. I said, I need them to make a report of this. So when police
The judge had to leave. The judge had to leave. The judge had to leave. Pacino, penis. Sir. Oh. Oh.
suck her penis, and she don't have a penis. She went to grabbing her pants like she had one. She didn't say penis. She actually said dick. She had some more people on the phone with her. Then I told her, I'm gonna wait for the police to come so they can make a report of this. This is exactly what I told her. I said, I need them to make a report of this. So when police finally came, she walked up to my car. If you subpoena her Ring camera video, she walked up to my car with this gun in her hand, and I'm sitting there just looking at her the whole time, just looking. And she was like, "So what's up? So what's up?" And I just said, "Ain't nothing up." I said, "I'm waiting on the police. That's all I'm doing." When the police finally came, while she was standing close to my car, I said, "There they go right there." She turned around, walked in the house, put her gun up. The police came up to me. He said, "Somebody called?" I said, "Yeah, she called." I gave him my license. I said, "You need my license?" He said, "For what?" I said, "Because she called on me." I said, "I don't want no problems." Boom. Gave my license. She came. She told the police I threatened her that I was going to kill her. And I said, I never said that to her, man. I said, I've been saying the whole time. I said, check the 911 record. She told the police it was on her camera. The police said, go in the house, get the video. She went in the house to get the video. I told the cop, she's not coming back out that door, man. By that time, his sergeant pulled up. He was like, you think so? I said, but she's not coming. Me and that cop stayed out there for 15 minutes. The sergeant told the cop, go knock on that door and get her back out here. The cop knocked on the door. When he knocked on the door, she didn't answer. Her sister came to the door, and her sister like, what the fuck are they doing by my car? And then she said, the police want you. She told her sister, close my motherfucking door. I don't have to talk to them. She said exactly like that. The cop came back, gave me my drive.
Jesus Christ, he's talking so fast. Everything's happening so fast. Nana's dirty looking me so bad because I'm laughing and yelling about penises. Oh my God. What the fuck? She's nonplussed about this. Nonplussed. I am plussed. I am plussed about this.
Driver's license and told me, man, she told you to get legitimization. Go get legitimization because I already see this is going to be a problem. I said, I told you she wasn't coming back out. He said, yeah, man. He said, just go and leave. I said, all right, man. Boom, I left. I know every time a cop is called, they had to make a report of it, right, sir?
Okay.
So they had to make a report of it, and they still should have that 911 call with her saying all this. I didn't say nothing. That whole process, I just sat there. That whole process. So if I was this big threat, why would I, if I was a threat and doing all this extra, why would I sit there? Why would I just sit right there and don't do nothing? I ain't gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna do none of that, but
I won't be mad at all, Jay, if they do it. I want to see them do it. I love it when we do the same cases and we hear different reactions. First of all, are we just gonna gloss over this whole like suck my penis thing that she's like, she looks proud up there. She's like, yeah, I fucking said it. Suck my cock, dude. This is insane. Judges looking at menus on DoorDash. I think judges looking up jaundice symptoms. Oh, Jody, are you calling a dismissal? Are you calling for a dismissal? That is the question right now, Tin Man. Did he suck it? I bet he did. I bet he did a few times.
I'm not leaving this spot until they get here, so they can make.
So I guess what I'm wondering is why you had to be there at all. Isn't that what you pay the other people for?
Who?
Why did you have to be there at all? Isn't that what you pay the process server for?
No, this was before that, sir.
Oh,
this was before
right.
that.
But why were you there with the process server?
When I paid the process server at the top of the thing, she told me to meet her. The process server, she'll come testify. She told me to meet her. The lady,
so you're saying you
were
there at the process server's request.
Yes, when that was another day.
Okay.
That was the 25th. This day that we talking about
right.
now, the day that we talk about now was May the 6th. This is the day that she woke me up at 1:30 in the morning to come and save her and come and get her. She was drunk and stuff. She said, come and save her. So by me going off,
So did you go to the house that night or did you go somewhere else?
I went to where she said she told me to come to. I went to this area of Atlanta she told me to come to that they have a lot of shootings and killings there. So she said she down there.
What? Also, welcome, Craig. Long time no see, it feels like, friend. Welcome, welcome. You guys, the baby is fucking adorable. I love a baby. Oh my God. Put a baby on my arm. I'll be happy too. Canada does have some tough spots, Jay. Hey, listen, I live in a city. I've posted a video of me dealing with a crazy person on a bus before. I'm well aware of Canada's issues too, but this be crazy, okay? Tupac says he's a little drunk. Your jokes are deteriorating.
So I went down there. I was down there for like
what area is that?
4th Ward, Atlanta.
All right, that wouldn't have been in my top few guesses, but okay.
Okay.
All right.
Anyway, she in the old 4th Ward area. So anyway, she she stopped answering. She stopped answering the text, and I'm like, yo, I'm here. What is you doing? You got me out here this time of the morning. You woke me up. I didn't wake you up.
There's our answer, folks. By the way, we were asking about the pussy quotient that he's in. He's in D. He's in a level 9 D. Okay? Because he went down to a dangerous area in Atlanta at 1:30 in the morning on a text from her. So he can pretend all he wants, but she's got him wrapped around her finger.
You woke me up. I was asleep. I hadn't talked to you. Then when I came out to the house, I'm like, because she not answering. She ain't doing that. By the time I got pulled up in front of the house, that's when she texted me back. By the time I pulled in front of her house, because my thought was, where's my baby? And she texted me back and said that the first thing you're gonna ask about is her. Why did you ask about her and not me? It's just
well. I'm gonna just jump in here because
yes, sir.
There's some level setting that kind of needs to take place here, and these conversations happen often in this court, and they're tough pills to swallow because reality as you know it to be and the law are two very different things sometimes, and this is one of those times, and it's probably the one that comes up the most often because I don't know that if you knew this or not, but that's not your child, and it's not your child until there's court paperwork that says so. So even though you know it's your child, and even though she believes and has indicated, I think in her paperwork probably, that it's your child as well, in terms of the legal rights you have regarding that child, they don't attach until that legitimation process is complete. And so I'm grateful to hear that you are undertaking that process because that is a process that will set some boundaries and some guardrails for both of you.
Yes, sir.
And they're very dedicated.
But I didn't know that, sir. I didn't know that she screamed it that night. She screamed legitimation. And then when she said it, I told the cop what she said. And then the cop told me that. And right after that, that's when I went and filed paperwork.
Well, the great thing about that process is that they have, in situations like this where you have not been able to build that relationship with the child yet, they will work with you and have plans in place to allow, assuming the process is completed,
Yes,
to
sir.
allow for that relationship to grow and blossom over time. And it
Yes,
will
sir.
also set some boundaries as far as the contact and frequency of contact between the two of you and how custody exchanges might happen and so on. And so
Yes,
it's
sir.
it's a good process that gives you a chance. As it relates to the case and the protective order, what I will say is this.
Yes, sir.
The contact between the two of
Well, I don't know where this is going yet, guys, but let's get our guesses in on this is going to be a deny or a put in order. I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't know where Judge is leaning right now. Also, clock in for your shift, please. I'm seeing deny, deny, deny. And B, I see that, but he went to pick her up after the shooting. Like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm seeing a lot of denies. We will see.
you to this point has been very limited, and there are provisions in the protective orders that really deal with the concept of emergency intervention and things of that nature. And the state of this relationship and the state of your lives is not such that the evidence is there for this to believe that this is the type of situation where this type of court order is the right court order to issue. And what I liken it to is if you have a toolbox, there might be a job for a screwdriver, or there might be a job for a hammer or
Yes,
a
sir.
wrench. But if you've got one and not the other two, you might not be able to do the job correctly, and who knows how it ends up. And that's a little bit what this is like, because I understand your concerns, but this particular type of order, this is essentially a request for an emergency intervention, is not really, I think, the right thing for this job. And so what should happen is that you should continue with your legitimation case. And then to the extent either or both of you need to talk to the courts about safe custody exchange, visitation, and so on, those are discussions you have with that court, because that is a court. The way my court is set up, this type of hearing specifically, I have very little discretion. I am told by the law I can intervene if these things have already happened, and if I think these other things might happen in the future. In legitimation, the question is very different, and in custody and visitation and so on, the focus is on the best interest of the child. And whatever that judge thinks that means, the judge can get to know the parties a little bit and figure that out. But where I sit today, that is not a hat that I really get to put on. And even if I did, I don't have the freedom to do whatever I might think it would be necessarily, unless certain other things have already happened to allow that from a legal standpoint. What will happen with the protective order is that it will be closed for the time being. That means that you two are able to contact each other if you wish. Each of you has made it clear that you have concerns about the other. And so what I would say is that you two should communicate clearly but politely with each other to the extent you need to, and set those boundaries. And if the other person sets a boundary, then the other side needs to respect it. If somebody says, don't come to my house, don't come to the house. If somebody says, you're not allowed to see the child yet, then if she's the mother and she's the only one that has custody rights, she gets to say that, whether that's something you agree with or not. And this is not a situation where it presents an expectation that you two will be in the same place unless one of you goes out of your way to put yourself there. And so this isn't a situation where somebody is leaving a formerly shared home or anything like that would require a lot of back and forth or overlapping social circles and so on. And so I don't believe that the evidence presented today is sufficient for the extension of the order. And so the case will be closed out sometime later this week. And then the legitimation case can proceed on as needed, because the judge there will also have the ability to put any safeguards or protections in place that they think are appropriate
Yes, sir.
regarding your child. I try to avoid using names since we're streaming on YouTube just for privacy reasons, but
Yes, sir.
regarding M, when that court case works its way through the system. And so we're going to place you both in the waiting room.
Judge, we just heard them talk about sucking each other's dicks. And you're worried about naming their kid's name? That's hilarious. Guys, we are not done yet. We have another few hearings to watch. I'm surprised that was denied. I'll be honest. I think if it was the other way around, it would have been issued. What do you think? Give me one moment. Let me just close the curtain here for a second while I gather this up. Please make sure that you're clocked in for your shift, guys, by clicking the like button. That's what we do around here. It really helps me with YouTube Daddy. That's not the one I want. Hi, Hector. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well, friend. We are just about to start. It has been a crazy night. Crazy hearings
This court's
already.
gonna call
Whoa,
number
Judge.
E2000322-D.
No, hold on, dude. Oh, yeah, this is the cleavage shot. You know, my eye just goes to cleavage, right? Sounds like you just walked into a porn, not a TPO. That's hilarious, Jody. Well, I noticed this cleavage earlier, and it's not mine, although I do look at mine all the time. Let's see what I haven't watched this again, you guys, so I got to do some on the fly blurring and some, I don't know what it is, so viewer discretion is advised.
And this is in the County Court Law number 2 of Orange County, Texas. And it's in the interest of Elia, Xavier, and Alzea Poncho. Miss Williams, I need you to unmute, please.
I'm sorry, you need a what?
I need you to stay unmuted for me, please, okay?
Okay, yes, sir.
All right. Miss Williams and Miss Bay, please raise your right hands. You solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Thank you both. You can both put your hands down. All right. This appears to be a motion to set, Miss Simone. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So what issues in this lawsuit are we going to be addressing today?
Child support and medical support.
All right. Those are the only issues that are remaining from the prior order?
I believe so.
All right. Is the state ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is there any additional witnesses that you need to have sworn?
Do you want to go ahead and swear Terry Swallow, just in case?
Terry Swallow, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. All right. You can call your first witness.
Okay, the state will call Miss Williams. Miss Williams, will you state your full name for the court's record?
It's Jaylene Bay Williams.
Okay. And do you have any safety concerns with your personal information being in today's court order?
No, sir. No, ma'am.
Okay. And what are the names of the children we're here for today?
Aaliyah Marie Bay Poncho, Alazea J. Poncho, and Xavier Allen Poncho.
Hold on one second. Are all three of those children Miss Bay's children?
They are.
Oh, I apologize. Okay. How old are your children?
4, 7, and 3.
Okay. And what is your relationship to the children?
I'm their mother.
Oh, no, I'm talking to Miss Williams. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay.
I apologize. It got a little confusing there.
Okay. I am the maternal grandmother.
Okay. And the children all live with you, correct?
Yes, ma'am, they do.
Okay. And the prior order in your case addressed conservatorship and possession and access to the children, but it didn't address child support and medical support. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
And we're asking the court to take up those issues today.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How are the children covered on health insurance?
Each of the children are on Medicaid.
Okay. I'll go ahead and pass this witness.
Call your next witness.
I'll call Miss Adriana Bay.
No.
Okay, Miss Bay, would you state your full name for the court's record?
Danielle Bay.
Okay, and you are the mother of the children, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, are you presently working?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Are you currently looking for work?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have any job prospects?
Meaning,
Any potential employment?
not at the moment.
Okay. Do you reside in Orange County?
No, ma'am.
No? Okay. What county do you reside in?
Jefferson.
Okay. When is the last time that you worked?
I do like side jobs, like cleaning people's houses or helping in making money.
Okay. But there's really no reason that you can't work. Is that correct?
No, ma'am. There's no reason.
Okay. Would you be interested in a program that would help you find a job?
No.
Okay. And do you have any other biological children besides these three?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I'll go ahead and pass this witness.
Call your next witness.
I have no other witnesses.
Ms. Simone, you haven't made your case. This is a motion. This is a motion to modify. Ms. Williams, in 2020, there appears to be an agreed order that was done between you and Ms. Bay, and you had an attorney at that time. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, I did.
Why didn't y'all address child support?
At that time, the attorney told me that there was a CPS case involved where the children had been removed from mother and father. So they told me at this point we need to just secure the children's well-being at that time, and that we would go back and address that later.
You can't do it that way. That's not how it works. You only get one bite at the apple, Ms. Williams. You do. Please don't vape, Ms. Bay, in my courtroom. If you do that again, I'm gonna kick you out. You understand? All right, Ms. Williams. You know, you don't get to pick and choose basically which issues you want to address when it comes to the children. The child support and the medical support should have been addressed in 2020. What's your material substantial change of circumstance, Ms. Simone?
I don't.
I asked Ms. Simone a question.
I don't know. It wasn't set.
Then your motion is denied. Ms. Williams, you may be entitled to child support and medical support in this case from Ms. Bay. In fact, she should be paying you child support and medical support. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All parents are financially responsible, should be legally and financially responsible for their children. But you don't get to just bring a piece of a lawsuit and then sit around and wait a year or 2 years and then bring another piece of a lawsuit. It should have all been done at one time. Okay?
I requested it all be done at one time, sir, but the attorney was not willing to do that.
Okay. So that's what I'm going to do in this case. Yeah.
The father is also in the waiting room. Do we address that at a different time?
No, Mr. Poncho is not in my waiting room. He's actually in jail.
Okay, no, he's in rehab, but okay, yes, sir.
Rehab or so no. All right. Miss Bay, are you still there? I need you.
Sir, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Miss Bay, you really do have an ethical responsibility to pay child support for your children. You understand? Okay. Miss Bay doesn't either she's muted or she doesn't have a very good connection. All right. That's the ruling of the court, Ms. Simone.
Yes, sir.
The state failed to meet its burden in regards to a material substantial change of circumstance. I heard no evidence of any material substantial change of circumstance, and therefore your motion is denied. Ms. Bay and Ms. Williams, they'll send me an order that basically says I'm denying their motion for lack of evidence. And then we will, if they wish to refile, they always have the right to do so. Okay.
Okay, and at that time we would just address situations that changed. I mean, I'm not in the same financial state that I was.
I understand.
3 years ago when I had these children. So
believe it or not, Ms. Williams, there is a little loophole that's now in place for you, but it only went into effect 4 days ago. So it's been more than 36 months now, 3 years since the original order was done. So it's a little easier for the state to prove their evidence, but there still has to be some evidence of a change. And I heard no evidence of any change. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So they'll probably turn around and refile here pretty quick, Ms. Williams.
Okay, thank you.
And just like that one is over. Oh my gosh. If only I was more organized, I would have already made that into a video, but I didn't yet, but it's on my list now. What should we title that? Judge Webster denies. What should it be titled, guys? Do my work for me. Do my job for me while I find another video to watch. Yes, we have another one. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. But seriously, what should we title that video? Judge Webster denies motion. State cries? I don't Hi, Jorge. What is good, baby? That is the question. Look at these people are subbing. I love it. No vaping in Judge Webster's courthouse. I felt bad. I was like, is this one? What do we got, Judge Webster? We got, okay, she's hot too. Okay, great. I love it when they're hot. Take some of the fucking heavy lifting off of me once in a while.
This court's going to call cause number B180022-D. This is in the 163rd District Court of Orange County, Texas, and it's in the interest of Everly McCullough. Miss Ashley McCullough, would you raise your right hand, please?
Yes, sir.
Miss McCullough, do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Thank you, ma'am. You can put your hand down. Mr. Schlett, does the state have any other witnesses besides the mother?
No other witnesses, Your Honor.
All right, let's check some service and see if you can go forward on this case.
Folks, this is a new contender. Oh my God, Craig, you're hilarious. You would have guessed her name in 3 guesses. Ashley. Yes.
The court's going to find that Mr. Brandon Rodriguez was personally served a citation in this case on March the 30th of 2000.
Brandon. Oh, we couldn't have picked him. We couldn't have picked him. Oh, there's nothing wrong if your name is Ashley. Or Brandon. Don't worry about it. But like, I'll just say I never had to put my last name on any paper in high school ever. Nobody else had my name. So if somebody was yelling my name, they were talking to me. Hi, Prissy. Welcome.
2023 in the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. That citation was returned on file on April the 11th of 2023. So the citation has been on file for at least 10 days and its answer time has expired. The court's going to note that there has been no answer filed by Mr. Rodriguez, so this case is eligible for default. Let me see if notice was sent to Mr. Rodriguez.
I think her eyelashes are fake too, Courtney.
Of course,
I don't mind the
Mr.
name.
Rodriguez did in fact receive notice of this hearing as per the statute, so this case may go forward by default. All right, you can call your first witness, Mr. Schlett.
Okay, I'll call Miss McCullough. Miss McCullough, can you say your full name for the record, please?
Yes, Ashley Nicole McCullough.
Okay. And what is the name of the child that we're here for today?
Everly Lynn McCullough.
And who is the father of that child?
Brandon Lewis Rodriguez.
And back around May of 2018, did the court order Mr. Rodriguez to pay child support and medical support to you monthly?
Yes.
Okay. I'll ask the court to take judicial notice of the prior order in this case, please.
The court will take judicial notice of its own file, including the.
I would like to take this opportunity to talk with Debs, I believe it is, who left a lovely comment with me earlier about another Judge Webster video. Judge Webster sounds so disappointed when they ask if he'll take judicial notice of his own file. It's hilarious to me. I love it. Jorge, what are you scared of? What are you scared of? And yes, there is definitely only one version of KCC, and they did have to call me Kitchen as a child. I was the only one Kitchen.
Controlling support order.
Thank you, Your Honor. And has Mr. Rodriguez made all of those payments that were due to you under that order?
I've never received any payments.
Okay. At this time, Your Honor, I'll offer the pay record as State's Exhibit 1.
Ms.
Larry Beaver, it's fucking already on the screen, Larry Beaver. This one's fine. Actually, you don't need to redact it. It's okay. Larry Beaver, get on deck, please, for the next one.
Color, I've just placed on the screen a copy of the alleged pay record between you and Mr. Brandon Rodriguez. Is it okay if I look at this pay record?
Absolutely.
State's Exhibit A is admitted into evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. McCullough, can you see what has been placed on the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can you see there that it shows that there's a child support balance of $33,094.05?
I can't give you a judgment, Mr. Slett, for payments for the month yet. You have to go back to the end of June.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Okay. Can you see on there where it says on 6/30/2023, the child support balance owed is $32,764.05?
Yes.
Okay. Does that sound correct to you?
Yeah.
Okay. And then on that same line, can you see the medical support balance is $3,688.25?
Yes, sir.
Does that sound right to you as well?
Yes, sir. I suppose I don't really know anything about that part.
Okay, thank you. Okay,
Take it off the
and
screen.
to your knowledge, is Mr. Rodriguez currently incarcerated?
Yes.
Okay, I will, at this time, Your Honor, I'll offer the TDCJ information as State's Exhibit 2.
Ms. McCullers, I've now placed on the screen a copy of the Inmate Information Details Report from the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. May I look at this report?
Absolutely.
State's Exhibit B is admitted into evidence.
Your Honor. And at this time, I will pass the witness.
Okay, you may call your next witness.
No further witnesses, Your Honor.
All right. So, Ms. McCullers, they're asking me to reduce the child support that Mr. Rodriguez is ordered to pay you due to his incarceration. Under the new laws of the state of Texas, he has no income and he has no ability to earn income. So
and that's fine by me. It doesn't affect me either way.
Okay. Well, I am going to make a finding as far as the arrears. Ms. McCullers, is there anything else you think I need to know about this case before I make a ruling?
No, sir.
Court will find the court has jurisdiction. The court is going to find that based on the testimony of Ms. McCullers and the introduction into evidence of State's Exhibits A and B, I will find that Mr. Brandon Rodriguez is currently incarcerated. He's going to be there for at least the next 90 days. And due to that incarceration, that is a material substantial change of circumstance. Therefore, Mr. Rodriguez's child support will be reduced to 0 and his medical support will be reduced to 0. All other parts of the court order will remain the same. I'll make the finding that Mr. Rodriguez is behind in his child support according to State Exhibit A, and that as of June the 30th of 2023, Mr. Rodriguez is behind in the child support the amount of $32,764.05, and the medical support the amount of $3,688.25. The child support arrears will be paid back at a rate of $300 a month, and the medical support arrears will be paid back at a rate of $50 a month. All payments beginning July the 1st of 2023, Mr. Schlepp. Okay? Court costs by Mr. Rodriguez, but I'll give him until January 31st of 24 to pay my court costs. Mr. Schlepp, did the state of Texas hear all the terms and conditions of my court order?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Miss McCullough, what's going to happen now is they're going to send me a proposed order. As long as it matches what I said here today, I'm going to sign it and get it back to them. Then they're going to make a copy of it and send it to you and to Mr. Rodriguez, okay?
Okay, and as far as I do have, she is on Medicaid. Is that the $50 that I would start paying, or the
You don't
300
you don't pay anything, Mr. McCullough.
Okay. Okay, I was confused. I was like, oh gosh.
Your Medicaid is between you and Medicaid. It has nothing to do with my court.
Okay.
What Mr. Rodriguez pays for that is my business.
Okay.
But as long as you are what we call the custodial parent, the parent who has the right to possession of the child the majority of time, then you won't be ordered to pay anything. Okay?
Okay. Yes, sir.
I have been working on a court cardio video. As a matter of fact, it's not ready yet. Oh, but we will. We're not done yet, guys. Hold on. Pull the curtain. We'll do one-ish, two-ish more. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. Like Jane Mother or Richard Simmons. I love Richard Simmons videos, first of all. Like, yes, that is a hundy P. Hundy P. Me. Actually, what I actually have already filmed is a series where I do these dance routines to the music, but you don't hear the music. You watch court and what the routine should be, and then a video of me doing it my way.
This court's going to call cause number
Hey!
P230051.
I'm not ready yet, Josh. Come on. Body break. That's a Canadian thing. You guys wouldn't know about that, but body break was this like really popular thing. Susie's here from the future. Susie. Lotto numbers. Can you get those for me? I really need them. Or the method to YouTube Daddy's madness. I'd like that too. Babe, if I get 100,000 views, if I get 100,000 subs, yeah. Hot tub video for sure. I'll give you all a naked hot tub video if I get 100,000 subs. Put it on the record. Naked hot tub video.
1-D. This is in the 260th District Court of Orange County, Texas, and it's in the interest of Austin Geske. Mr. Caleb Furlow, I need you to raise your right hand and tell me that your hand is in the air.
It is.
Mr. Furlow, do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. Charlie Geske, please raise your right hand and tell me that your hand is in the air.
My hand is in there.
Ms. Geske, do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Geske, I'm going to have some questions for you on the record, okay?
Okay.
Ms. Geske, you understand that this lawsuit was filed under what's known as the Uniform Interstate Family Support Act, that which is basically a lawsuit between two states and Mr. Furlow. Do you understand that so far?
Okay.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Geske, do you understand that you are not required to attend this hearing if you do not wish to?
Yes, sir.
You understand, Ms. Geske, by attending this hearing, you are appearing in person in my courtroom in the state of Texas.
Yes, sir.
And you understand that any future lawsuits that occur in this case will be filed in the state of Texas, and you will be required to attend at that point forward.
Yes, sir.
Whether those hearings are done via Zoom or whether they're done in person, you will be required to be here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you wish to do that and waive that and go forward today with this hearing?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Geske has waived her right under the protections of the Uniform Interstate Family Support Act. All your witnesses have been sworn. Ms. Simone, do you have any other witnesses that you wish to swear?
No, sir.
All right. Your case has been called. You can call your first witness.
Thank you. The state would ask the court to take judicial notice of the state's pleading on file, the Uniform Interstate Family Support Act petition that includes Ms. Geske's general testimony attached.
She's here.
Okay.
She's here, and Judge, listen, Billy, if I get to 100,000 subs, I'm a woman of my word. There will be naked pictures of me available for all of the subs. That's not a lie. I'll fucking come right through with that. I got 100,000 views last month. I'm doing it. I'm rocking it. When am I gonna wear my bondage attire? Oh, well, if I've already said I'll be naked for 100,000 subs, I don't know. What do I do at 1,000,000? I don't think I'm allowed to say on YouTube, Courtney.
Okay, I guess I have a few questions for Miss Geske then.
right.
The state will go ahead and call Miss Geske. Would you state your full name for the court's record, please?
Charlie Joe Geske.
Okay, and what is the name of the child we're here for today?
Austin Cooper Geske.
Okay. And how old is Austin?
He's 4.
Okay, and when was he born?
February 2nd, 2019.
Okay, and who is his father?
I don't have the results of the DNA test, but I filed for a DNA test.
Whoa, that's crazy. Oh, Susie from the future. Lotto numbers 45, 49, 16, 19. That's all she can see, folks. We don't know if those are coming in clear or not, but that is from the future. Thank you, Susie. Appreciate that. You guys, I will absolutely be naked for 100,000 subs. If I get a fucking play button, absolutely. I will rub myself in whatever item we want and just like love on that play button. Don't you worry about that. I'll do that privately. I'll privately do that, but I'll videotape it for y'all because I've just promised to. But privately, that's already been my plan.
To be done.
Okay. The state will move for the omission of the DNA test results for Austin as State's Exhibit A.
Don't put their goddamn DNA up there, please. Members only, Hector says. Yeah. Brunch one week, naked the next.
Ms. Geske, I've just placed on the screen, I don't think you can see it, a copy of the DNA test results in this case for the child Austin Geske. Is it okay if I look at the DNA test results?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Furlow, the same question. Is it okay if I look at the DNA test results?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit A is admitted into evidence. Based on the admission into evidence of State's Exhibit A, the court's going to find that DNA testing has been completed for the child Austin Geske. Both the mother and the alleged father, Caleb Furlow, were tested in this case with the child. After the admission into evidence, the court's going to find that Mr. Caleb Furlow is the biological and now the legal father of the child Austin Geske. Go ahead, Ms. Simone.
Okay. When did you tell Mr. Furlow that he could be Austin's father?
About when Cooper was 6 months old.
Okay. Has he ever provided any financial support for Austin?
No.
Okay. Are you asking the court for back child support today?
Yes, please.
Okay. I believe that's all the questions I have this witness.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me recall that. I forgot one. How is Austin covered for health insurance?
He's not currently. Our thing just expired, so I have to renew.
Okay. All right. I'll go ahead and pass the witness. And I will call Mr. Furlow.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Would you state your full name for the court's record?
Caleb Aaron Furlow.
Okay. And you're the father of Austin Geske?
Yes.
Okay. Are you presently employed?
I am currently not presently employed.
Okay. When is the last time that you worked?
The last time I worked was 3 weeks ago, and I have a hire on tomorrow.
Okay. Where are you starting to work tomorrow?
Scallon Controls in Beaumont.
Wait, he's starting tomorrow? I almost missed that. Can't even write it. You can't write it. They're always starting tomorrow or Monday. Every time. I mean, I get it. I get it. Oh, Lord. I was just about to step outside for a puff, and look at that. Thank God I can hear. I bet his grandma died too, Hector. I bet his grandma died too.
Texas.
And what kind of work will you be doing for them?
I will be doing vibration analytics, especially.
Okay, do you know if you're going to be paid?
What? Hold on. Vibration? Okay, sir, let's talk. Those are my kind of jobs. I've never heard that job before. Let's go back. I'm never gonna get outside.
And what kind of work will you be doing for them?
I will be doing vibration analytics, especially.
Okay, do you know if you're going to be paid hourly or a salary?
I will be paid hourly,
And how much is that rate per hour?
$23.32.
Okay. Is this a contract position?
No.
Okay, is this going to be a permanent position moving forward?
Yes.
You're a permanent vibrator.
In your previous job, where was that at?
It was in Orange, Texas.
Okay. And who were you working for?
Turner Industries.
Okay. And how long did you work for Turner?
1 week there, but prior I was doing contracting for them off and on.
Okay. And what kind of work were you doing for them?
Scaffold building, and for the 1 week I did boiler making.
Well,
Whose phone was that? Was that Judge Webster's phone? Yeah, you can't list it if it's a week, Courtney. That is absolutely rules. Yeah, hide the jobs that you've had for a week. Only when you get a YouTube channel and people find it funny how many jobs you've had are you allowed to talk about how many jobs you've had.
what was your hourly rate?
As a scaffold builder, 25, and as a boiler maker I was making $32.50.
And you said you were kind of working on and off again. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. And what's the longest periods you'd go without work?
The longest period I went without work was 2 months.
2 months. And how long have you been doing this kind of work?
I have been doing scaffold building since
The vibrations fell through.
2020.
20, okay. When did Miss Geske tell you that you could be Austin's father?
About 2 years after he was born.
Okay. Have you ever provided any type of financial support for him?
No.
No? Okay. Do you have any other biological children under the age of 18?
No, I do not.
Okay. I'll go ahead and pass the witness.
Call your next witness.
I'll go ahead and tell him to just zip that shit up, honey. If you've only got the one, you want to tie that down right now.
I don't have any other witnesses.
All right, well, you're gonna have to give me some calculation for support. Okay. I don't have the ability to do that. Terry Swallow, please unmute.
Yes, sir.
Terry Swallow, raise your right hand. Solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Oh, one question. Mr. Furlow, can you still hear me?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any other children, Mr. Furlow?
I do not.
Ms. Swallow, I need you to calculate child support for $4,000 gross a month with $100 in cash flow.
That comes to $654.17 monthly. Yes, sir.
Yes, that's Miss Swallow. She's worked there for a long time. She doesn't have the hair of the other lady, but she and Judge Webster have an agreement, I think.
Mr. Furlow, you can still hear me, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Furlow, this job that you've taken, that you're about to start on, is it going to be pretty steady?
It's going to be 40 hours a week and options for available overtime. And it's a stable position for me setting up pretty much the rest of my life.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I don't want to set you up for something that's going to make it difficult for you other than what you should be paying, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you said that 2 years ago, you had, at least 2 years ago, you had some idea that Austin was your child, yes?
Yes.
Okay, you do understand that at least from that point forward, you had an obligation to support the child or to at least take some type of actions to show that you were or were not the father.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just want to make sure we're all on the same page as far as how this is supposed to work. That's the problem with retroactive child support, Mr. Furlow. If we sit around and don't do anything, it's going to rack up on us. Okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ms. Geske, is there anything further you think I need to know about this case before I make a ruling?
No, sir.
The court's going to find the court has jurisdiction in this case. The court's going to find that based on the testimony of the parties, I'm going to set child support in this case and medical support, retroactive child support. I do not have pleadings in front of me to do anything different in this case. And since the child is not a resident of the state of Texas, I do not have subject matter jurisdiction to issue any kind of ruling regarding conservatorship or visitation. Therefore, child.
Did he just say subject matter jurisdiction?
Support in this case is going to be set according to guidelines, $655 per month in child support plus $100 a month in cash medical. Retroactive child support in the amount of $8,400. That'll be paid back at a rate of $50 per month. All payments beginning August 1st of 2023. Court costs in this case will be due by Mr. Furlow, but I will give him until January 31st of 2024 to pay my court cost. Ms. Simone, did the state of Texas hear all the terms and conditions of my court order?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Geske and Mr. Furlow, what's going to happen now is the state's going to prepare a court order for me. As long as it matches what I said here today, I'm going to sign it and get it back to them. And then they're going to mail a copy of it to each of you. Ms. Geske, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Mr. Furlow, do you have any questions?
In regards to the name on the birth certificate.
The ruling I just made.
Oh.
Okay.
No, sir.
Listen, I talked to Ms. Geske about this case off of the record in regards to just making sure her appearance. I'm not making any ruling as regards to visitation and conservatorship. Hopefully, Ms. Geske, you and Mr. Furlow will be able to stay in contact with each other and work that out so that at least the child can get to know Mr. Furlow. All right, both parties are free to go. I wish you both the best of luck.
Wow, and just like that, Judge Webster says, peace out, A-Town. We have one more left, folks, and then that'll be it for tonight. Oh, it's not that one. It's not that one. Did we already watch? We couldn't have watched 4 of these already. If you guys are just getting here, please clock in for your shift. I'm really sick and tired of having to ask about it. It's honestly frustrating.
All right, of course, back on the record in regards to the Epiphany Rodriguez child. We took a short break due to a minor error on Mr. Rodriguez's citation. The citation shows that he was served in West Orange, Texas, but it's listed as Hardin County. And I've looked at the map. There's no way that would be part of West Orange, Texas. It's part of Hardin County. It's the southern part of Orange County. You cannot touch Hardin County. I'm also going to find that that is not a fatal defect. He was personally served with citation on April the 13th, 2023. That citation was returned on file on April the 14th of 2023. So He's been served. His answer time is up. The court is now going to find that he did not file an answer in this case. Let's see if he got notice of this hearing. Court's going to
This is
find that
the
Mr.
new
Rodriguez did in fact.
this is the new version of Jay Regier AI that is being tested in Judge Webster's court. If you know, you know.
Received notice of this hearing to the same address for which he was served. He's not here. This case may go forward by default. Now, Mr. Slade, you said that you're handling this case for state.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this appears to be a lawsuit under the Uniform Interstate Family Support Act. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, sir.
All right. Does the state have any other evidence that you wish to introduce that's not contained within the support petition? Well, let me ask this first. Mr. Slade, do you have any witnesses that you wish to testify?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. So based on that, you're going under a minimum wage presumption?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. The other state did not ask for retroactive child support in this case. All they asked for was current and regular child support. Is that your understanding as well?
Yes, sir.
All right. It's pretty straightforward. Mr. Schlett, is the Attorney General's office aware of any other cases that Mr. Ricardo Rodriguez is currently under court order to pay child support for?
No, sir.
All right. So we're doing a one-child minimum wage presumption. Does the state have any other evidence that you wish to admit?
No, sir.
Let me see if you got this attached. Otherwise,
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. I missed. We do have an acknowledgement of paternity that I'd like to admit.
You don't need to as part of your petition.
Okay. Well, there we go.
Anything further?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. Just out of an abundance of caution, I will note that you did request a non-disclosure in your petition. So let's look real quick at the other state's request and see if they've submitted any evidence to justify that. Not seen any to this point. Mr. Slett, did you have an opportunity to review the other state's petition?
Yes, sir.
Did you see anything in there that led you to believe that non-disclosure was an issue or was supported by any of the testimony? Because I don't.
I don't see it either, Your Honor.
Okay. I mean, I'm always happy to grant non-disclosures if there's, especially in UFSA cases, that there's some evidence, but I cannot see any evidence that non-disclosure.
Wow, he is downright just stroking this guy comparatively to what he normally does with Miss Overstreet. Judge Webster in Texas, we've sort of like, I don't know what's up with the money thing. I don't get it. I got off gabapentin recently. Hard one to get off, but I did. But I got back on cola. I gave that up for like a year and a bit. I lost no weight, and I was like, I'm drinking Coke again. I really like it. It's my favorite. Let's finish this one off. Reminder, this is the last one for the night. I did post a really great Solve City video earlier, so make sure you check that out tonight. It's good. Plus, I got to make like 3 more videos from this shit too.
Should be granted in this case.
And I have to plan my trip to Florida, which is pretty much confirmed now. I'm going to the meetup.
Anything further from the state?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Court's going to find the court's jurisdiction. Court's going to find based on the Uniform Interstate Family Support Act petition that's been filed before me, that Mr. Rodriguez will be court ordered to pay child support in this case for the child epiphany. His child support will be $225 per month, plus an additional $25 a month in cash medical. The other state did not ask for retroactive child support, therefore that is denied. Mr. Rodriguez will be responsible for court costs, but I will give him until January 31st of 2024 to pay my court costs. And any request for non-disclosure is denied due to the fact that there's no evidence supporting that request. Does that take care of all the issues in this case?
I guess it did. Wow, just cut off right there. Just like that, Judge Webster said, I'm fucking done. Sometimes you'll notice Judge Webster talks about how he talks to people ahead of time. That is one of the way. Sorry, my neighbor is mowing their lawn or some shit like that. Judge Webster talks about yeah, he didn't even say goodbye. That was abrupt. It was abrupt. Judge Webster was busy today. I get it. I mean, I personally really like a better goodbye than that, but you know, he owes me nothing. He owes me nothing. You guys, thank you so much for being here. It's been a wonderful evening. I am going to be back at you tomorrow with more premieres during the day and then a live tomorrow evening. No happy endings, Presto. Well, there'll be a happy ending here, and there's a happy ending when you tune in to watch. Credence and Mikey, I think, have their channel back tomorrow. I hope so. YouTube Daddy is such a fickle master. We all know that. So please go and support them. Very important to me. They are very, very good friends of mine, and I want you guys to support them. Charles, that's exactly right. Go rub one out. If you are alone, that's the way to do it. Create your own hard sock, if you will. Like I said, I am planning on going to the meetup in Florida at the end of September, so that is going to be on the agenda, things to do. I'm excited. I'll be spending a little while down there with my good friends, and I hope to see some of you there as well. MB, thank you so much. Credence and Mikey, love you too. I hope you guys have. Aw, Billy, when you say that, it makes me a little bit tingly when you say I'm better than Netflix. I love it. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening tonight. You better be there. I want to do a live show with you, Mikey, so hopefully we can make that happen. And then the people that can't be there can feel like they're there with us. I think that would be fun. Guys, I hope you have a wonderful evening. Please keep an eye out for new court stuff coming. Please send me things that you think you want to see me react to. And remember that I love you. Oh, yes, vibration analytics. We got to start a company about that. It's true. I love you guys. I'm proud of you. And I hope you have a wonderful evening. I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Please note, if you analyze vibrators, there's no returning them.